Ready? Well, good morning. Want to welcome Dalton and Dave Jamison, the director of the Iowa Finance Authority, to the press conference this morning. You know, just last week, Iowa was named the best state in the country by U.S. News and World Report. And that was based on over 70 metrics in 8 categories with multiple data points. And one of the and really recognized, I think, how Iowans all across the state are working hard every single day to make a difference in communities all across Iowa. But one of those categories that Iowa was recognized for was housing, and we actually ranked number 2 in the country. And this confirms what we already know, that the dream of home ownership is well within reach for many Iowans. As homeowners know, buying a home can be life-changing. The list of benefits is long. It helps build equity. It allows you to truly make a space of your own, and it embeds you within your community. These benefits far outweigh homeownership responsibilities like snow shoveling, and we know how to do that in Iowa, of course, or lawn mowing. But you know, many Iowans don't realize that homeownership is actually within their reach. And that's because of the myths that make it seem unattainable. One common myth is that you need to put 20% down, and that's just not the case. Iowa, in fact, offers many programs to help both first-time and repeat home buyers obtain their dream of home ownership. But many Iowans don't know about them or don't think that they're eligible again for them. So to help educate Iowans about these resources and help debunk those myths, the Iowa Finance Authority and the Iowa Association of Realtors have teamed up to offer a fun campaign. It simplifies the process and while educating Iowans about home buying. I'm pleased to announce the launch of the HouseWise Iowa promotion today. It'll link home buyers with the programs designed to help them. The HouseWise Iowa campaign encourages all Iowans to become wiser about home buying, and it gives them a chance to win a wiser home package. Lieutenant Governor Gregg is going to share more about that, how you can sign up to win in a moment. And this is not the only good news that we have to share today. As part of the HouseWise Iowa campaign, the Iowa Finance Authority is also announcing the launch of the 2018 Mortgage Credit Certificate Program. And this allows eligible Iowans to purchase a home and reduce their federal income tax liability by up to $2,000 a year for life of their mortgage. This means Iowa home buyers can keep more of their hard-earned money in their hard-earned income by not paying taxes on it. And this is just another benefit of purchasing a home this year. This popular program is expected to benefit 900 home buyers, and it will be available until the funds are depleted. Funding for the program is made available through federal private activity bond volume cap, which is a federal resource the state is set to lose if it isn't used. So I want to commend the Iowa Finance Authority and the Iowa Association of Realtors for offering new and innovative programs to increase awareness of resources to our state and to help even more Iowans purchase homes. So with that, I'll turn it over to the Lieutenant Governor, and he has more to share on the details.
Thank you, Governor, and good morning. I'm pleased to assist in announcing the HouseWise Iowa campaign today. HouseWise Iowa will help to demystify the home buying process. As Governor Reynolds mentioned, not only will Iowans become wiser about home ownership through this initiative, they'll also be able to win a wiser home package. To participate, Iowans need to visit iowafinanceauthority.gov. Well, they will learn some quick facts about home buying. For example, 3% down payment can get you a home. A $2,000 off coupon could be yours in future tax seasons. If your income is $121,000 or below, you may be eligible for home buying assistance from the Iowa Finance Authority. A $2,500 down payment assistant grant could be yours. First-time home buyers can save for a down payment like a pro through the new first-time home buyer savings account. Iowa Title Guarantee can help protect the title to your new home with a free owner certificate from Iowa Title Guarantee. So once you're house wiser by going through that website, you will have an opportunity to enter your information for a chance to win. The prizes are pretty neat. They include 2 grand prizes of a Wise Home package. So that includes an Amazon Echo, a Philips Hue, an iRobot Roomba, an Instant Pot Smart, and a $1,000 grocery gift card. And there's 2 of those grand prizes. And then there's 8 bonus prizes of a $100 gift card to your favorite neighborhood grocer. So those who enter the name of a lender and a realtor will receive 2 extra sweepstakes entries if they do that. And the deadline for entering the contest is June 30th. The only restrictions are that entrants must be 18 years or older, and they must be a resident of Iowa. You do not need to be currently in the process of buying a home, and you can already be a homeowner to enter. The goal here is to educate as many Iowans about the process as possible, so when they are ready to purchase, that they'll be prepared and know all the resources that are available. We encourage all Iowans planning to purchase a home in the near future to look into this exciting opportunity, as well as the Iowa Finance Authority's mortgage and down payment assistance programs. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Dave Jamieson, who's the Executive Director of the Iowa Finance Authority.
Thank you, Governor.
Yep.
Lieutenant Governor, really appreciate your help in getting the word out today about the Housewise Iowa campaign. I also want to thank our partners in the Iowa Association of Realtors for their continued advocacy on behalf of Iowa homebuyers and their partnership on this joint venture. The Iowa Finance Authority has several ways. Home ownership is so vital and still such a big dream for so many people. We have several ways to help them. One of the things I want to point out too is to remember that we rely on partnerships. We partner with private sector lenders to make this happen. But some of the ways we can help people realize their home are down payment assistance, and as announced by Governor Reynolds, the Mortgage Credit Certificate Program, which can save home buyers up to $2,000 per year against their federal income taxes. And then the other thing we want to get the word out about is that the eligibility requirements might not be as strict as some people think. So our mission, according to the Code of Iowa, is to serve low and moderate income Iowans. So you might be surprised to learn that the household income could be up to $121,000 and that the purchase price of a home could be up to $310,000. So that's usually a bigger target audience than I think most people think of the Iowa Finance Authority. Last year, we helped 2,300 Iowans realize their dream of home ownership. And we've made some recent adjustments to our programs that will allow even more Iowans to be able to access our programs. For example, by allowing co-signers on mortgages and streamlining our process. These adjustments will allow us to help even more home buyers in 2018 through a network of private lenders throughout the state. I encourage anyone that's considering purchasing a home this year to visit iowafinanceauthority.gov to get wiser about home ownership and to sign up to win a no strings attached Wise Home. Our goal is to enhance the quality of life for Iowans by providing them with access to affordable home ownership opportunities. And we're thrilled to be joined today by one Iowan who was able to purchase his first home. His and his wife, Megan, I think is with you, using one of our programs, and preferred partners at Wintrust Mortgage and Remax Real Estate Group. It's my pleasure to introduce Dalton Royer. You want to say a couple words?
Sure. Morning, everyone. I just thought I'd like to say that this program is a very helpful program to use. Without it, I would not have been able to purchase a home at my specific age group. So this program definitely was the leading cause of the financial reasons of why I was able to purchase a home here in Des Moines. So I'm glad that they're bringing it back, and it does make a difference for people like me and definitely my age group and the low income housing market. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Dalton. We'll open it up for questions on this topic.
I am 27. I was 25 when I purchased. 27 now. I was 25. So it's been a year and a half ago that I purchased my house. Yep, it's Royer.
Homebuyer has been a particular issue in rural Iowa. What are you doing in regards?
The campaign that we're embarking on, I think you'll see IFA, myself, and several IFA employees traveling the state to raise awareness. We really want to get the word out, so there'll be a lot of miles put on a lot of cars this summer, and we really appreciate, when we partner with local lenders and local real estate agents, that really helps get the word out in their communities as well.
And the income is based on Or county by county, is that part of it too?
Right. It's the income guidelines. I don't have specifics, but it's an AMI and it varies county to county. So it'll go up and down a little bit in different areas.
And that's something we continue to work on as administration, because it's people and housing, and they just go hand in hand. So as we see business and industry and job creators continue to talk about the opportunity to grow their business and to hire more Iowans and give them the opportunity to have a great career, it's also about housing. So we're constantly looking at communities that are doing some great things and looking for opportunities to scale those best practices in other communities across the state. Oh, Lieutenant Governor switched sides on me. So that's a big piece of what he'll be working on, and the data that he's collecting with the kind of Strengthening Rural Iowa initiative that we're working on. So that's a big piece of that also, if we can continue to grow at the rate that I believe that we can. Do you have more questions on this topic? Well, I just want to say again, thank you for being a part of it. And golly, I could look at all that good stuff. Who doesn't want to go on and have an opportunity to win some of that? So thank you. And Dalton, thank you for being here and being a part of it. Appreciate it very much. Mhm.
Just curious what work you're doing behind the scenes regarding.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've made it pretty clear where we stand on that. Mexico and Canada are number one, and Canada's one, and Mexico's two trading partners. And as we look to grow the economy, and especially the fragile economy that we've had with the farm economy, with commodity prices under input cost, this is something that we monitor very, very closely. I continue anytime I have an opportunity to speak to any of the cabinet members that have anything to do with trade initiatives to highlight again just even the instability, and when we're talking about it, the impact that has on our ag community and on our farmers and our manufacturers. And so I've said I'm okay with modernizing NAFTA. It's a 25-year-old plus trade agreement, so that makes sense, but I am not in favor of withdrawing. The impact that would have on our state and Midwestern states, and really states all across the country, but I'm focused on Iowa, would be devastating. And especially at a time where we're seeing Iowans that are opening up their checks and seeing more money in the checks, and we're seeing growth and businesses, hiring and giving bonuses. We see the economy growing, and I want to be very careful about having any impact on that. So we continue working with other colleagues across the country about how we're in favor of, again, modernizing NAFTA, but are not in favor of pulling out.
The steel trade what the president is doing, what kind of, you research what kind of impact that would have on some Iowa companies like some of the other ones, and are you doing anything about that? And are you working with Iowa's congressional delegation? Is there any unified message about that?
Yeah, well, again, our farmers are the first target, and that's who we know. That's where the unintended consequences will fall, is on our farmers and on our manufacturers. And so again, it's about finding balance, and it's about eliminating the uncertainty that comments like that have on, especially agricultural states like Iowa. So we continue any chance that we get to say, I'm okay with free and fair, and it's a balance moving forward, but that will have unintended consequences. They're already talking about the impact of soybeans in China and how they retaliate. And so that is a tremendous concern of mine, and something that we continue to work to work with not only our congressional delegation, but the individual that represents us out in Washington, D.C., also in our communications with the White House and with the different secretaries.
The REC is coming out with Representative Dan Linden, who has said our state doesn't have a budgeting problem, it has estimating problems. So what sort of thought have you put into possibly restructuring?
Yeah. Well, we've seen a lot of volatility, and it's just we're seeing growth. So I think we need to always focus on the fact that Iowa is still growing. It's just not as robust as has been projected. If you look out, the average has been pretty consistent. We ran into a couple tough years where we've seen the ag economy just plummet. And when the ag economy stumbles, it has just a ripple effect on all other sectors of our economy. But we've also looked at bringing in some outside resources just to help have them take a look at it too. We used to bring in individuals from our 3 regent universities and had a separate board that would help complement what the Revenue Estimating Conference is doing. And so we're continuing to take a look at doing some of that when we look at projections moving forward.
Will you have an
update, and will you talk about the trade issues?
Yeah, I actually, when they hosted that, the National Governors Association that I was at last week, the White House hosted a dinner for all of the governors and had an opportunity at that point to talk to the president. I actually had the opportunity to visit with Vice President Pence, and we'll continue that conversation when he is in Iowa tomorrow. I guess it's tomorrow. So anytime we have an opportunity to talk to them, we do. And so that's one of the things I've been, I keep saying this, but the access that we have to the cabinet is just second to none. And it is an opportunity for us to call face to face to highlight the impact that some of these decisions have on, on Iowa and on our manufacturers and farmers, and it can be devastating. And so, at any time that I have the opportunity to have a one-on-one with them, I talk to them about that. Wilbur was, or Secretary Ross, excuse me, was actually at the meeting that I was able to attend with four other governors. It was Secretary Ross, Ambassador Lighthizer, Secretary Perdue, Vice President Pence. And so we had the opportunity right then to say, talk about the impact that it would have, and that, we're really interested in helping them find some wins and solutions, but that means modernizing NAFTA, not pulling out. And that means being very careful as we talk about applying tariffs because of the unintended consequences that it has, and especially on states where agriculture is a significant factor in our economy, because that's just where they go, and that's a fact.
That doesn't seem to be getting to the president, reading about how easy it is to penetrate.
Well, it's interesting sometimes the tactics that they use. My tactic is to represent my Iowa farmers and to represent manufacturers. And so when I have an opportunity to get in front of them, I'm going to make it clear on the impact and how we want to be helpful, and we want to help them find a solution. We want to find a win for you. And that's really, I had Governor Snyder. He was there representing not only ag, but the automotive industry. And that's where we spent some of our time talking about ideas where we could help them find solutions to modernize what we're doing, still have a win, but not have the unintended consequences that our farmers and our manufacturers would potentially see.
Governor, a quick follow-up to the question about the REC. If they come back on Friday and say we have more money than we were expecting, should the state still move forward with nuclear?
Well, we're going to continue to monitor that. And I think that's why you've seen nothing decided at this point. We're going to continue, we want to minimize the deappropriation as much as we can, because I want to make sure, again, that we do it in a manner that has as little of disruptions as possible. Now, when we went into this fiscal year, we told all of our agencies, it's still pretty volatile. So just anticipate that there potentially could be some additional cuts that will have to be made for this fiscal year. And so they've gone into this fiscal year, kind of with that in their in the background. But the more that we can do to minimize that, the better that it will be. And that's why I put the budget forward that I did. I'm trying to have as little as disruptions as possible so that our agencies can do what they do every single day, and that is work hard to make sure that they're providing services to Iowans all across this state. And the workers are doing a great job in doing that, and looking for ways that we can be more efficient in what we're doing.
On another subject, Democrats in committee last week did not vote for reconfirmation Mr. Foxhoven. And I was wondering if you're going to be working with Democrats in the Senate to convince them that when that confirmation comes to the floor, they should be.
Yeah, well, I'm always working with both parties in both the House and the Senate. That's how you get things done when you're trying to, work on legislation that impacts Iowans. But Director Foxhoven has done a great job in the short time that he's been in office. We have a comprehensive mental health bill that just passed the Iowa House 98-0, and he was a big part of that. He's really brought a fresh look to the agency. He's working with the state employees to really, tell them they're doing a great job and help find out how he can work with them to help make their job better. So in turn, they can serve Iowans in the best possible manner. So mental health, I'm working with him with opioid. He's been a big key with that. Managed care really has done some phenomenal things by bringing in a new director with Mike Randall. So, I think in the relatively short time, his record speaks pretty good, and I have confidence that he'll be confirmed in the end.
Senator Reagan said many of the same things you're saying, that she enjoyed working with him, that he's an open door, and yet the complaints that they've had about provider reimbursement and other complaints about the MCOs, that she hasn't seen any progress. Are you concerned that his reconfirmation could actually go down?
Well, I don't believe that we haven't seen any progress, so I would challenge that. And as we've said to all of the state senators and the representatives, if they have a particular issue where they feel like they're not getting it resolved, to please either come to our office or to Jerry's office. But they are working collectively to really stabilize the system and to start to listen to work with our providers and the MCOs to make sure that we're holding them accountable, but working with our care providers to make sure that we're paying them in a timely manner. Everybody understands what the fee schedule is, looking for ways that we can be more efficient in streamlining the process. I mean, those are the conversations that are taking place every single day. The other thing that both of them are doing, both Director Randall and Director Foxhoven, is they're traveling all over the state and talking to the individuals that are providing the care, meeting with communities and Rotary, and just talking about what they're doing and how they're working to stabilize the system. So again, I think he's doing a lot of positive things, and I have full confidence in Director Foxhoven to continue to do the good work that he's doing.
We'll take two more. Governor, your tax bill got out of a subcommittee in the House side last week, and I'm curious, House Republicans indicated that they didn't dismiss the possibility that maybe corporate tax rates, there might be some reduction of some sort. I'm curious if that's something that you're open to.
Well, first of all, I am so thrilled that we are talking about tax relief for hardworking Iowans with families and small businesses all across the state of Iowa. And as I said earlier, almost everybody that's opening their check, they're seeing more money in it. And so we want to make sure that we're passing those same savings on. And because of federal deductibility, if we don't do something this year with tax reform, those taxes are going to go up. So I feel confident that we're going to get something done with tax reform this legislative session. This is part of the process. I started with a bill, the Senate has a bill, and now the good work starts to take place where we can find consensus and things that we don't agree on. So I think it's wonderful that we're talking about tax reform, and I'm looking forward to the conversations moving forward and doing everything we can to make sure that Iowans and business owners get to keep more of their hard-earned money.
So we're saying that you're leaving the door open to corporate tax cuts?
We've got two bills out there. This is how the process works. I just want to make sure that it's sustainable and that we can honor the commitments for education and some of our priorities. We want to make sure that we can sustain those, and we're doing it in a fiscally responsible manner. And within that parameter, we can have a discussion about a lot of things.
So